Hi guys, it's Miss McClure. Just wanted to update you guys on a couple things. So far, I have taken 3 classwork grades. They were a Google Doc form in Google Classroom. So one was on decimal operations, adding, subtracting, multiplying, and dividing decimals. The second one was on decimal operations and word problems. And then the third one was on GCF and LCM. So those are the 3 classwork assignments. And then you also had some homework assignments, just doing some IXL skills. I think 04, 05, L8, and E11 have been assigned so far. This week you're not going to have any Google Docs. Today you're only going to have 2 IXL skills to work on. They are Y11 and Y12, and we're gonna go over the distributive property. So multiplying using the distributive property and then factoring using the distributive property. And both of those IXL skills are going to go over that. These IXL skills today, the Y11 and the Y12, are going to be classwork grades. So I would like for you to strive for a 90 or above, but again, the 80 or above will be entered as a 100 for a classwork grade for those 2 skills. So let's review how to multiply using the distributive property and how to factor using the distributive property. So I'm going to turn it over to my little daughter's whiteboard easel again because I think that's easiest for me. All right. So I guess it will help if I keep my phone like this. So this is an example of the distributive property. I know it's the distributive property because I've got a number on the outside here and I've got 2 numbers being added together on the inside. Now, this right here is a variable. We're not sure what it is. So when we go to distribute that, and remember distribute, sorry about all that. I had to get a cap off my marker. When we distribute, we're just taking this outside number right here and we are multiplying it to everything on the inside. So I'm going to take this 2 on the outside and I'm going to multiply it to everything on the inside. So 2 times 2 gives me 4. We're going to keep this sign right here, so plus, and then 2 times x. And remember, since this is a variable, I can't combine a number with a variable. So I'm just going to write it 2x. And that is what I would type in for my answer in IXL, 4 plus 2x. So let's do another one. Let's say I have 2 on the outside and then 4 plus 4d on the inside. Okay, so I'm taking my outside number, my 2, sorry, I had to scoot over, my 2, and I am multiplying it to everything on the inside. So 2 times 4 is 8. I'm going to keep my operation sign, so plus, and then 2 times 4d. Again, I have a variable right here, so I'm going to multiply my numbers together. So 2 times 4 is 8, and I'm going to keep my variable. So 8 plus 8d, and that's what I would type in for IXL as my answer. All right, one more like this, where we are taking the distributive property and we're multiplying. Let's say I have 3 on the outside and then a 3 plus 6w on the inside. So again, anytime I have a number on the outside, that just means to multiply. So I'm going to distribute this 3 to everything on the inside. 3 times 3 is 9. Keep my operation sign, plus, and then 3 times 6 is 18. And it has a w. So 9 plus 18w is my simplified answer. So that is going over multiplying using distributive property. So that is your Y11 skill. Your Y12 skill in IXL is going from this right here to the distributive property. So we're going to do some examples of those. Let's say I have 36b plus 6. So now I'm going to take out a factor and put it on the outside, and whatever I have left is going to be added together on the inside of my parentheses. But let's talk about how I get that factor on the outside. And this is why we just did greatest common factor, because if I use the same method, if I put it under, like in my little upside down division sign, and I factor out a 6, because 36 and 6 go into both of them. I factor out a 6. 6 goes into 36 6 times with a B, so keep your B. Also keep your addition sign. And then 6 goes into 6 one time. Well, now this is what's on the outside. And then what we have under here, 6B plus 1, is what's on the inside. And we can check ourselves too, because we can distribute this. 6 times 6B is 36B, plus 6 times 1 is 6. All right, let's do another one. All right, so let's say I have 35R plus 7. So again, to factor it out, I'm just going to put it in my little ladder. What factor do 35 and 7 have in common? 7. So I've got 7 on the outside there, and I'm just going to divide. 7 goes into 35, 5. I'm going to keep my R with it, drop my addition sign down, and then 7 goes into 7 one time. So I can't factor these anymore. So 7 is my outside number, and then these 5R plus 1 go on the inside. Again, you can check yourself by distributing. 7 times 5 is 35R, plus 7 times 1 is 7. So we know we did it right. Let's do another example. All right, let's do 35B plus 21. Okay, so I'm thinking of a factor that 35 and 21 have in common. Again, it is 7. So 7 goes into 35 5 times. I'm going to drop that B down with it. Plus, and then 7 goes into 21 3 times. So again, my outside number is 7. And then what's left under here, 5B plus 3. Okay? Now, let me show you an example of what you would do if you didn't break it down far enough. So let's do, I'm going to do this one again, 36B plus 6. I already did this one. But let's say that we didn't know that 6 was a common factor. Let's pretend that we started out with 2, because I know that 36 and 6 are both even numbers. So I'm going to put a 2 on the outside here. I'm going to divide like I normally would. So we've got 18, carry down your B, and then 3. And then 18 and 3 have 3 in common. So I'm going to divide by 3 now. So this would be 6B plus 1. So now this is just like GCF. Your GCF is on the left, and we've got 2 numbers on the left. So I would just multiply these 2 together and get 6. And then what's left down at the bottom is 6B plus 1. And that's exactly what we got the first time we did it, when we broke it up by 6 to begin with. And again, we can check ourselves. 6 times 6B is 36B. 6 times 1 is 6. So we know we're doing it right. Now, I do want to show you how you're going to type these in IXL, because it is a little bit different. So if we go over here, and I'm going to see if I can focus in. Yeah. Factor 10C plus 6. So I'm going to think of a common factor that goes into 10 and 6, and it's 2. So I'm going to type in 2. It's going to be my outside number. And then I'm gonna click this button right here because it's gonna put in my parentheses for me. And so after I divide 10 by 2, I get 5C plus, and then 2 goes into 6 3 times. And then I would just submit. But you've got to type in your outside number first, hit this button to get your parentheses, and then type everything else in and submit. Okay? All right, guys, I hope that was clear to everybody. I know it's been a while since we've done the distributive property. If you have any questions, please email me. I can Zoom meet with you to walk you through some IXL problems. I have no problem doing that. Just let me know what you need. Love you guys. Bye.